Welcome back to the Obsessive Gardener. Today is part 2 of the hot pepper garden grow. So I'm gonna try to quickly go through each plant. I think pretty much everything that I'm keeping in here. There's some plants in here that I'm kind of letting just die. I just need to throw them in the compost pile. Excuse me. So I'm going to try to not start babbling about everything. I'm just going to try to quickly move through, but you know how I am. I could just start talking a lot. I like to talk about peppers, so I can get carried away pretty easily. So I'll start back here in the back. This big bushy thing right here in a 5-gallon bucket is AK Cheripita F2. We're starting to get some really nice sizes on these. They're usually pretty small, like more like that size or so. They're starting to get bigger, and so that's good. But this thing is completely loaded with peppers. This cross is a Ahi Cheripita cross with a Carolina Reaper, and it was a cross done by Andrew Kyleone. That's why I call it the AK Cheripita. He is no longer going with this cross. I believe he's going with the opposite cross, the Carolina Reaper cross with Ahi Cheripita instead of the other way around. I tried both. Personally, I like this one better, but he went with that one. Maybe the F2s. I never grew the F2s out. I still have seeds. He probably liked them better, and that's cool because now he said I could do whatever I want with this plant, with the genes, with the seeds, whatever. So really cool plant, very productive. I've already given seeds out to quite a few people, and will continue to give out F3 and F4 seeds as time goes on to people. Okay, next one. This is a kind of a big plant. A Roxa. Let's see, what is it? It's a Roxa Black Rock. Oh man, I can't remember what it's called. I just had a brain fart and I cannot remember what the heck this thing is called. It's like Roxa Black something. I'll put it on the screen. Anyways, this thing's doing pretty good. It's back there is where it's in that pot, and it's pretty tall. It's getting close to 4 feet tall. Dropped flowers for a few months, and then this is the first one that started right here, started producing these. Haven't really found a really cool looking pheno yet. This is probably the closest looking, probably the best one I've seen so far. It has that nice Roxa kind of look around the edge. No ripe ones yet. That should be coming shortly. We'll start with this one. Pink Tiger cross with Peach Boot. I can't remember. I think it's Pink Tiger times Peach Boot. This pod right here is starting to show signs of getting ripe. Arsenic Element gave me these seeds, and he just recently did a review on these, so I'll drop the link in the description. Go check out that review. He got burned up pretty good. So this lovely looking thing is a Orion. For the longest time I was calling it a Fatali Gourmet Jigsaw cross with Big Red Mama crossed with Yaki Blue Fawn, which is what the cross, it's a 3-way cross. That is what it is. But someone told me, I can't remember who told me, but someone told me that's not what they actually, it has a name now. It's called Orion Pepper, and we're getting a ripe one. This is not really the pheno I'd like to go with, but this is the first one to start getting ripe. Very beautiful color. These are very beautiful plants. Nice big pods, nice shapes. Very cool looking plant. Okay, on to the next. This is a Primo Tally. Oh, by the way, I got seeds for this Orion from Nate Mitch, and I also got seeds for this from Nate Mitch. He's a Primo Tally. Pods aren't as big as I would hope they'd be, but they are sure cool looking. And I'm sure they're going to burn me up pretty good. So Johnny Schoolville claims up and down that these are hotter than Carolina Reapers, and I think other people agree with him, so that should be fun. This is a Peach Reaper DS. If you watched the Pepper Ranger, you saw him do a review on this recently. I gave him some seeds in a seed trade. I got the seeds from a pot I got from Mark Wilkerson. My phenos aren't looking as cool as his though, so not looking as cool as the mother either, but it's okay. I'm glad I have fruit. That's awesome. Okay, hiding back here is probably very hard to see, is a sweet chocolate Starscream crossed with chocolate Linzo, and we're getting the right pod back here. Sorry for my fingers, I keep getting in the way here. But I'm gonna do a review on this soon. I got seeds from King Star. This is one of his newest crosses that he's done. So I don't know if this plant's an F1 or an F2. He didn't specify on the seed pack. These are awesome producers. This is in cocoa core and perlite, and so I just feed it hydroponic nutrients and it's doing great. I have 4 of these plants and they're all doing really good. 2 are in cocoa core hydro and 2 are just in soil. So stay tuned for that review coming very shortly. This beautiful plant is a Jay's Pink F5. This one's really neat. One thing I don't like so far is I'm not getting very good sized pods, but the shapes on these are crazy. Look at that. Very awesome. It's just too bad that they're so small. I'm known for my brain farts. This one I planted, and after I planted, I spaced like the next day. I'm like, wait, what was it that I planted in there? I totally forgot. I guess you get to plant in so many different things, you forget sometimes. I'm hoping that's a 7-pot white. I'm not sure though. The next one in a can is a Hallows Eve, and once again, the pods aren't the size I'd hoped they'd be, but a very cool plant. I'm sorry, it's very overcast where we are. Almost every day is like this, very cloudy, so it's kind of hard to see. I noticed this one's getting some ripeness. Now, it's too bad they lose the black. It's going green. They're supposed to, Hallows Eve, be black and then red shine through the black when they're ripe. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get lucky on a few pods. But yeah, it's a really neat looking pod and I grew it in a can. And I feed it hydroponic nutrients most of the time, and it does well. Okay, so this is a Nin Fedora. I got the seeds from Jesse, the pepper dude, and the plant isn't really doing super well. A lot of yellowing going on. The leaves should be a lot darker green, and so that white variegated the variegation should really be popping out against that dark green. But anyways, it does have some ripe pods, and I do need to hurry up and start picking them off so I can save the seeds. But yeah, it's a pretty cool plant all in all. This beautiful thing is a calico or a calico, however you want to say it, and it is one of the most beautiful plants I'm growing this year. Got seeds from Arsenic Element. We're starting to see some ripening going on, so we'll definitely be sharing seeds. I have 3 plants. So alright, so here's my double cup plant for the year. This is a Draxon Fire. I don't know how true this is to I mean, some of these early phenos that came up first look almost habanero, but I am starting to get some more like gnarly looking ish ones. Let's So yeah, I don't know how true it is. I haven't tried them yet, but it's doing really well in the double cup. And that's where I've just kept it. Alright, on to the next. This is a Sugar Rush Stripe. Pods aren't as big as I'd hope. This one's being grown also in cocoa core and hydroponic nutrients. This pod's pretty much ripe. Little green there, so I'm not going to pick it yet. But it has pretty good striping on it. There's a few more back in there that are getting ripe. This also is grown in cocoa core and hydroponic nutrients. It's a Lenzo, but definitely not the size pods I'd hope for. I think I see one way back there that's starting to change color. It's got quite a few pods, but they're not very big. This monster is a Creamsicle ghost scorpion, and I got these seeds from Pepper Ranger, and I believe so. What it is a Jace Peach ghost scorpion that is supposed to ripen to like a cream color. Why won't it focus? Supposed to ripen to a cream color when they're ripe. And anyways, so that'll be cool when that gets ripe. This one's in crack key. It's doing well in it, so I just left it there. Starlight Hornet, but it's an accidental cross. I got seeds from someone, and they don't remember where they got their seeds from, so I don't know what it crossed with, but man, it is a good pepper, so I kept it. And see the one with the yellow zip tie? I believe that should have seeds for a cross. I put Nin Fedora pollen. Nin Fedora is a chinid, so I put Nin Fedora pollen on the flower, and lo and behold, we have a pod, so that should be interesting. Try not to get overly excited, but after I plant the seeds, if they germinate, and if I start seeing variegation in the plant, then I know it works, so that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, this thing down here is a goat reaper. So it's a Bahamian goat crossed with a Carolina Reaper, and I just noticed this morning that there's a pod starting to get some color on it. So phenos are all over the place. Nothing that's really like awesome looking yet. Probably one of the better looking pods right here. Kind of has a little tail on it. I got the seeds for those from Michigan Chili Grower, so thank you for those. This plant is a trip. So I got some Black Phantom Purple Peach seeds from Michael Edwards. I have another plant that I'm growing out in the hoop house that looks normal, like it should. But I know that these came from the same seed packet because they were in a double cup together forever, and I finally separated them. And, well, there we go. Look at that. That is a trip. They look like little acorns. Big old huge calyx, and now it's starting to bleed like a yellow color. So this should be interesting. So that's definitely an accidental cross, and so I'll keep you posted on that. Probably the most unique, interesting accidental cross this year that I've discovered. But it's producing quite a bit of pods for how big it is, and look at that little shallow pot that it's in, and it's doing pretty well. It's over 3 feet tall, I'd say. So here's the other Black Phantom Purple Peach, just to show you the difference plant wise. I mean, it's dark, it looks the same, but pod wise way different. So this is probably what they're supposed to look like, I'm guessing. Last but not least, in this tent is in a little even smaller pot is a Leopard Reaper. Pretty awesome looking plant, pretty awesome looking pods. I'll be doing a review shortly on there. This thing's been hanging on here ripe for a while, so I'll review it shortly. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tent, and then we'll look at the other tent real quick. Alright, here's the other greenhouse. I'm going to try to go really fast. This one is a carbon, I think it's a carbon poot 7-pot yellow times 7-pot mustard. The pods were yellow that I got them from last year from Mark Wilkerson, and well, it's turning orange, so it could, it could have been an accidental cross, or it's just a new color. So to Mark Wilkerson, that's kind of what he said. It's a young cross, so it could be just a new color variation. We'll see if it turns red. It's kind of more of an orange color. This plant's horrible. I'm not going to show you the plant. It's terrible. It's in a small pot. It's a little tiny plant, but it's got some decent sized pods on it. And this pod right here is probably one of the coolest looking peppers in the whole garden this year. So definitely gonna save seeds from that. Gonna send some to Mark, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. This next one is called a JV Peach Tiger Brains, I believe is how you say it. And Gnarly, I think they're called, the seed company is called like Gnarly Pods. So the guy who crossed this, I believe, that's his seed company, and he was giving them away, so I got on the bandwagon like, hey, I'd love some seeds. So he sent me the peach, the chocolate, and the mustard. The only one I'm growing so far is the peach one. So these are pretty cool looking pods. I can't wait to see, when they get ripe, of course. I don't know why my camera will not focus today. There we go. So, yeah, there's actually 2 plants in. Yeah, it's in Cocoa Core. There's 2 plants in there, and they both have pods. That one's starting to get like a kind of a different shape on the pods. It's kind of neat. Okay, the other Black Reaper. I'm not going to go into that. Another Sweet Chocolate Starscream times Chocolate Lenzo. I believe is a Peach Starkist, or it could be a Lemon Starburst. I'm not sure. I think I have it labeled as a Peach Starkist, so when she starts ripening pretty soon, we'll see. There's a couple phenos on there that look alright. The rest are kind of blobbed out. This is one of the other Creamsicle Ghost Scorpions I got. This one's got some cool phenos on it. And so I believe Farmer Jay is the one who was growing the peach, Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion, and then got like a cream colored one out of it. This is Dragon's Breath. Looks like it's starting to get ripe. That should be fun review. This is a chocolate Moruga Scorpion cross with a yellow Reaper F3. Never could figure out where the seeds came from. I know I got them from Batman. He does not know. He doesn't remember where he got his from. So incredibly hot. Tried one last year, kept seeds. Only got a few seeds, and was able to save from 1 pod, I believe. Yeah, it was from 1 pod, and now I have 2 plants. And this one has all kinds of pods on it, so we saved that one from dying out of existence. Alright, next we got a Golden Reaper. Another one from Mark Wilkerson. From a pod I got from him. They're interesting looking. It doesn't look very much like the parent. These are very elongated, almost ghost-like, so I don't know. It's interesting. But it's doing fairly well for the size of the plant. It's got quite a few pods coming in. Alright, so this is a Tiger Gum Peach. Another one that Pepper Ranger did a video on recently. I gave him some seeds in a seed trade that we did. This one's cool. This one is doing pretty good. This is a Mark 1 Viper. It's got quite a few pods coming in. I don't know if you can see all that or not. Waiting for that big boy back there to start turning colors. I did a review on this last year. Interesting is I did see one turning color back there. Well, it looks like there's two. It's a very small one, but it was a red pod that I got seeds from, and that looks peach. So interesting. This is Carbonaro Red. I picked a few pods off here already this year. I didn't do a review on it yet because the pods aren't very big, and so I'm waiting for a nice pod, and then I'll do a review on the Carbonaro. Okay, so this is a Carbon Boot 7-pot yellow crossed with a Primo chocolate. It's just starting to get pods. It's probably the coolest looking pheno I've seen so far on it. Nice tail on it. This plant is a Marupi Armorelli. This one's almost ripe. You can tell they start turning like this cream color. These are really very, very good. I got I got pepper sent to me from Jimmy Espinoza last year, and so the seeds came from that. And I just recently did a review on the Mata Frade, so I won't spend too much time on this one. I already showed off the plant in that review, and so if you want to see more about that and how it tastes and all that, just go back. It's just like one of the last videos that I just did. I think it's the last review I just did was the Mata Frade, and yeah, this was a delicious pepper, and it is a beautiful, beautiful plant. So it's really cool. Very happy with this one. So anyways, that's it. That's the two other greenhouses. So this was part 2 of the Obsessive Garden hot pepper update. Alright guys, thanks for watching.